What if confidence didn't feel like a performance? What if growth wasn't wrapped in pressure but in peace? Hi, I'm Ayanpella, and this is the Embrace podcast. I started this space because I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and still not see yourself. To chase self-worth in all the wrong places, to be growing but still feel stuck. From body image to confidence and self-worth, we do it differently here. Through honest stories, Christ-like compassion, and gentle truths, you learn to embrace your whole self. Confidence isn't built overnight, but it can be built with love, and you don't have to do it alone. Welcome to your soft place to land. Welcome to the Embrace podcast. Hello, boys and girls of the internet. Welcome to another episode. I promised you guys I was not going to say beautiful episode this week, but I can't help it. I can't help it because it is a beautiful episode. It's a beautiful podcast. So please, welcome to another beautiful podcast episode. I hope that you've had a lovely week. It's another Friday, TGIF, guys. I don't know if we still do TGIF, to be honest, because everybody is working round the clock at this point, like Friday, Saturday, Sundays. I don't think we catch breaks in this our generation, to be honest, but I envy people who still have a way of balancing their social life with their, should I call it normal life, or with their other life, right? People that are able to go out, have fun. I just want to sleep. Like, I really just want to sleep after a very long week. I mean, I wouldn't mind going out with my friends. I really love going out with my friends. But if it's something I have to do, there are people who go out every week. As they wrap up their work, they're going out to celebrate, they're going out to have fun. I don't know, man. If you're one of those people, just know that I really respect you, because it can never be me. But yeah, so let's leave the yapping, right? Let's leave the yapping and let us do what we have come here to do. Let's talk. So there's something that has been on my mind. I've been thinking about it for a while now, especially more now because of the podcast, the episode I've been talking about, the topic I've been discussing. And I have been thinking about how most people we all talk about how we want friends that we can grow with, friends that make us better versions of ourselves, friends that we can build with and all that cute stuff. You see, it's everywhere. If you go on Pinterest, if you go on TikTok, if you go on Instagram, everybody's talking about it. Oh, I want friends that, make me a better version of myself, no negative energy and all. And for many people, that looks like encouragement. For a lot of people, that looks like encouragement, saying nice things about them, uplifting things, connecting them to opportunities, giving them jobs, and just, all the sunshine and roses type of thing. But I don't think that we pause many times to realize that growth is also very uncomfortable. If your definition, in my opinion, of a friendship that makes you a better version of yourself is one where your friends only tell you sweet things. Oh, talk about your vibe, you're the life of the party, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, you're a sweet babe, or kunle, you be correct guy. I don't know how guys say it, but let's assume that that's how you guys say it. If there's any guy here, if you're a guy here, please let me know if I got it. But yeah, so they're always telling you sweet things, telling you what you are doing well, but you guys can't have conversations about what is concerning. Then I think that's a problem, if you ask me. If people always have to walk around or walk on eggshells, keyword always, because I think sometimes a little eggshells is inevitable. I don't know, share my opinion. Like, sometimes it's just inevitable. But like, if it's always the case that your friends cannot call you out on your flaws, and they're afraid that you cut them off, or as per you're a bad friend, then I really don't know. I don't think growth is always going to be nice. I think becoming a better version of yourself will always look like outgrowing the version of you that is sabotaging your growth. And that's why today's conversation is very, very dicey. Like, it's a tricky one for me to have. I said it in the last episode that this conversation is very dicey, very tricky, but I'm going to have it regardless. We are still on last week's episode of questions that keep you up at night. Somebody had asked me a question on the difference between body shaming and genuinely pointing out a body concern. Let's call it that in quotes, or a concern with somebody's body. And I took my time to explain last week why you should leave people and their bodies alone and resist the urge to type your comment or well-meaning opinions under the post of a stranger on the internet. So if you haven't listened to that episode, please go and listen to it. So because no, you cannot tell that random person on the internet that you have a solution for their big stomach. No, you cannot recommend surgery to that lady with what we call K-leg, except they ask you. Keep it to yourself, okay? Thank you. We have an agreement. Please go and listen to that episode. I cannot shout. Go and listen and share it with anybody that needs to hear it. Go and listen to the episode, because I am so tired of the comments I see on social media these days. We are all collectively, we are tired. I speak for my people. I speak for everybody at this point. We are tired. And I also talked about the difference between body shaming and genuine care, and how they lie in three things: intent, delivery, and relationship. So again, it was a very packed episode. It's just like 15 minutes. So if you can listen to while you're cooking, this is while you're driving, or while you're, trying to sleep. It's a very chill episode. I promise you'll enjoy it, but it's very important that you listen to it. So we are still on the third one, because that was where I stopped last week. Relationship. I had mentioned how the kind of relationship you have with somebody should determine the level of access, if that's the word, you have to talk about certain things about them, especially body, because body is quite sensitive. I talked about strangers online, and again, we've all agreed that except they ask for, or they are fine, because I've met people who are very fine. I've seen people who they even make jokes of their own. I mean, sometimes it's a coping mechanism, but the people who genuinely don't mind, like the people who don't mind. I've seen people who are fine with their followers, joking with their flaws, right, with their body flaws. So except these are the cases, we have all agreed that we're keeping our opinions to ourselves. Abi? Great. Now I'm coming to friendships. I'm coming to family. I'm coming to people you have a close, healthy relationships with. But I strongly believe that when you have good friends who have a track record of meaning you well, like, you know that these people, they have your back, they genuinely love you, they want to see you win, they want to see you grow, I think that they should be able to say something when they're genuinely concerned about a change in your body. I'm a really slim lady, for example, really slim. So let's assume that I weigh 40 kg. If I go from that, in less than a year, I suddenly go from that to 102. And mind you, I've not been telling my friends that I want to add weight. It's not a conversation I've had with them before. I've not told them, I want to be on the big side or anything. I just suddenly go like in less than a year from 40. I don't know if it's possible, but this is an example. So just follow me, right? So let's assume I just go from 40 to 102. I believe that my friends should be able to kindly ask me what the issue might be, because they care. That is how you show care. You don't only show care in the things that are comfortable, even the things that will seem uncomfortable. Care is also evident. Like, care also exists in that kind of dynamic. Same thing applies if I even go from a 102 kg and I suddenly, go down to 40 kg. I believe it is their right as friends. It's what they sign. It's part of the JD. It's in the job description. Do you get? Like, if I have unhealthy habits that are making my body change in ways that are bad for me, I believe that my friends should call me out in love, of course. But I remember I mentioned that in my last episode, one of the difference between body shaming and genuine care is intent. Intent. I mentioned intent. I mentioned delivery. I mentioned relationship. Intent. I'm trying to think of another example. I've already used the body size one. Let me say my skin, for example. So let's assume I've always had clear skin, and suddenly I start breaking out. I think that's a cause for concern, right? What is changing about my body that is making me break out like that? And they should ask and walk me through it. It will sting. It will sting like mad. This is not me saying that when they bring it up, you're going to feel good. Especially if it's something that is sensitive, right? But the fact that it is a sensitive conversation does not mean that it should not be had at all. It just means it probably should be had with a little more, carefulness or a little more sensitivity. But who better to even have such conversations with you than your friends? I don't expect that your friends would shame you, and that's why the emphasis here is good friends. So let's start from there. First of all, have good friends, right? So I don't expect that they'll start shaming you because your body has changed. Some people don't mind the jokes, but if there's a body change, there's every time that you're sensitive about it, I don't expect that they'll start shaming you or trying to dehumanize or humiliate you for it. They will love you through it. They'll love you in spite of it, because it doesn't change who you are, right? They will hold you and support you, but they should be able to talk about it. I do not subscribe personally to the kind of friendship where your friends cannot say something that is obviously concerning because they are worried about how you take it. Good friendship is also in being able to point out to each other In love, I feel like I've said this in love a lot of times, but emphasis on in love, things that are concerning. Now, of course, there are ways to bring up this conversation. So if you're the kind of person who, your friend has experienced a change and you are deeply concerned, but you don't know how to bring it up, I think first of all, know your friendship dynamics. Knowing the type of friends you have, their self-esteem level, like their security level, how they respond to things like this, will tell you how best to approach a conversation like this with them. So I can't exactly say, okay, this is exactly what you should do, or say. Do you get? For example, there are people that they don't care how you tell them. I've actually met people like that. Just tell them. If you know that there's something wrong, just let them know. They want to know. They will even be upset if something is changing that they can't see and you don't tell them. The people that just tell them anyhow. I mean, don't be rude or condescending about it, but just tell them, go straight to the point. They know you care about them, and that's enough for them. But there's some people that you have to be a little more sensitive with, maybe because of their self-esteem or their insecurity or something else. There are people that the flaws that they have, the perceived flaws that they have in their bodies or flaws in general, are sources of insecurity for them. So people like that, you might want to tread a little more carefully. I think you should just know your friendship dynamics, know what would upset or make this person feel uncomfortable, know what is sensitive for them, right? It is not, I don't think it's realistic to say, oh, everybody should just have thick skin. Let me just tell you as it is in my mind. If everybody tells you how it is in their own mind, you will not be fine, you will not be okay. So please, let us treat other people how we want them to treat us. That's a very nuanced advice, but you get the point. The second thing is, there is a time and a place for everything under the sun. Bible said it, and I'm repeating the Bible. There's a time, there's time for everything. Like, in front of 1 million strangers is not the best time to come and tell your friend that you think something has changed with their bodies. Please and God bless. Let's move with wisdom and discretion, I beg. Like, find a quiet place, find a private moment, and find a time when you know that they are not stressed or they're not distracted, where they can actually, be receptive to what you have to say. Because again, as much as we want to say, okay, everybody should just be able to take the truth, no matter how it comes, in whatever form, it is not realistic. Let's not lie to ourselves. And again, you too, there is a way that conversations are sensitive for you. It might not even be about your body, but you want it to be handled with a little more grace. So please extend the same grace to other people. The second thing is, you can always just ask, to be honest. Again, depending on the dynamic of your relationship with this person, there are some people that you can just go straight to the point with. There are some that you need to ask first, or if you're just unsure, just ask. I have some concerns about your health. When can we talk about it? And if you can, let them know that you are willing to help. If something that you can help them, maybe they need accountability, like an accountability partner, or they need motivation, or they just need to be reminded of something. Let them know, if you can, that you're willing to help. Or if you can't help, you have somebody that you can, you can suggest that you speak to another friend or something. Just let them know that you're willing to work with them through the situation. And if you know that this friend is struggling with their self-esteem, take it from somebody who has struggled a lot with her self-esteem. Let them know that this is not an indictment on their person. Like, this flaw or this sudden change, sudden or not, that you've noticed about their body does not define who they are. They are still worthy and valuable. Because for people who struggle with their self-esteem, many times they interpret feedback as an indictment on who they are, or a confirmation that they are inadequate. So it's almost like you are confirming all the negative thoughts they have about themselves. So many times it's not you, it's really them. They are struggling with their self-esteem. So you say something that hurts, you say something that makes them feel like, it's true, I'm not enough. They already think they're not enough. So you're coming to point out a flaw to them. So it's as if you are validating what they already think about themselves. Like, of course, remember that I mentioned earlier that the differences between body shaming and genuine care is intent, delivery, and relationship. So delivery, how you say it, is also very important. Let's not gloss over that. How you say it is equally important. As I said in my last episode, it is probably more important than what you're even saying. Delivery is very, very important. But regardless of how you deliver it, if a person is struggling with their self-esteem, or they're insecure about themselves or a part of their body, it will sting. It will sting very badly, right? So you want to remind them that this is not, I still love you. Like, I've not stopped loving you because of this change. I've not stopped loving you because of this thing. This is not an indictment on who you are and all of that. Just let them know that you are with them. So you want to be a little more careful. You want to be a little more patient. It won't be easy for you, because it might take a little more work. But that is what friendship demands. Wink, I'm winking at you. That's what you signed up for. Especially if the person is genuinely also willing to change. Otherwise, just be patient, right? Yeah. The third thing is actually be a safe space. Allow them to talk, give them the space to talk about what might be causing the change, maybe stress. Don't just immediately assume that, it's because you are lazy, it's because you don't want to work hard on this, it's because they don't assume. Like, let them be safe enough to unburden and say, okay, this is what is happening. And as I mentioned in the previous point, be able to walk them through it and, maybe find a solution if that's what is required. And as I've hinted at the beginning, for people who are still on certain journeys with their bodies, pointing anything out will sting at the beginning. But they will get over it. That's the truth. You just have to be patient with them. Do your best to assure them as much as you can. And just give them time to get over it. They should eventually come around after, they've processed, they felt all the emotions and all of that. Now, I want to say this as I finally wrap up. If you are the one on the receiving end of good friendship or friendships where they have to tell you, this thing has changed and all of that, or there's a change with your body and, your friends want to talk about it, I think the first thing I want to say, something I've already said at the beginning, is that remember that it's not an indictment on your identity or your worth. You are not your body. I know that the media, the society, they've made it seem like your body is your worth. People are trying to do unimaginable things to achieve a type of body. And there's just this subtle messaging that makes you feel like your body, your worth, that kind of vibe, right? But remember that you are not your body. You are actually not your body. Especially if you're struggling with your self-esteem. Mostly if you're struggling with your self-esteem, it can be really hard to separate feedback from your person. I'm speaking from personal experience. I said it earlier. I know what it feels like mad. I can relate, right? But take conscious steps to know that these people, to separate like the feedback from who you are. Please don't make. I know that self-esteem can be really hard. It can form like a lens through which you view everything, feedback, friendships, and all of that. But be self-aware enough, be conscious enough to check yourself when you're doing that. Don't make it hard for your friends to talk to you. Let your friends not be looking at you self-sabotaging or having a serious health challenge and not be able to speak to you about it because you're scared. Do you understand? Then the second thing is communicate honestly. Let your friends and family know that this thing is sensitive for me. I'm working on it. I know you've pointed it out. I'm working on it. I'm not at the point where I can take jokes. I'm not at the point where I want to hear about, I've already know you're walking me through it. Please don't make jokes about it. Don't talk about it. I remember when I started struggling, I used to be the girl who, I feel like I'm going to do a whole episode talking about this particular phase of my life because it's tough, guys. It's really tough. But I've always been the girl who never needed skincare. I did skincare because, you need to care for your skin, but I had a good skin, right? Regardless, clear skin. And all of a sudden, I don't know, I think stress, my face, I started to break out because of stress. Then after it healed, I was working, so I was able to afford some skincare and my skin cleared. And guess what, guys? It came back. I'm talking about it and I'm laughing, but it's not funny. It actually came back. I was vulnerable about it. It was really painful. I was crying every day, man. Without saying anything, my friends knew how sensitive it was for me because it's a phase. I've been going through it. I've been talking about it. And at this time when it came back, I had quit my job. So I couldn't even afford to buy the skincare that I typically buy. And they knew. So when one of them who doesn't have a lot of context into this, my journey, brought it up. And I let her know that, I already know this thing is making me feel weird. So next time, know how you are bringing it up because I'm very sensitive about it. It's a really sensitive thing for me right now. And she was like, oh yeah, she understands. And the thing is, I wasn't even upset with her because I know she wasn't trying to body shame me. She saw something and she was pointing it out. Finito. The balance to this conversation is that we should not interpret everything as body shaming. I think that's the balance before I drop my mic. That's why I've taken my time to do 2 episodes. This is the second part of this particular conversation. I did the first one last week. And again, if you have not listened, I'm not shouting, I'm sorry. If you have not listened to it, go and listen, right? But I've taken my time to do 2 parts talking about this. When we throw the word carelessly, body shaming, we make it lose its true essence. And I'm not speaking from somebody who has never been body shamed. I mean, if you have listened to my podcast long enough, at least for 1 year, you know my story. I'm a skinny babe. So I have gone through it and I am still going through it. So this is not me coming and, talking from a privileged position. But when we throw the word away carelessly or use the word carelessly, we make it lose its true essence. And that's not fair for people who are actually going through body shaming. I think the important thing is to judge intent, delivery, relationship before, you judge the action. If you have good, emphasis again on good friends, then communication should be encouraged. Really because Good friendship means that they'll take the feedback. And then finally, if you're on the receiving end and you're struggling with your self-esteem because of some comments you heard growing up, or you're still here, I'm really sorry. I know what that feels like firsthand. That is what this podcast is even about. That's why this podcast even started in the first place. And that's why I can do a podcast like this. I want you to know that it is possible. It might seem impossible because of how overwhelming self-esteem can be, but it is possible to build a healthy self-esteem, one that is not affected by, negative and ill-meaning comments. They will sting every once in a while, but they won't get to you as much as they get to you when you're struggling with your self-esteem. We live in a very, very wicked world, you guys. And as I said last week, as much as we want to pray that body should, last 2 weeks rather, as much as we want to pray that body shaming ends, it might not. Like, we live in the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked, and people are really proving that they are wicked, right? So it's almost deeply ingrained in our culture, in media, in everything. So you need to be able to filter what type of comments to internalize and which not to, and that is really possible with a healthy self-esteem, right? I would advise that you go to therapy, listen to my podcast as much as you can. I've shared tips over the years on how to navigate this, and I will keep sharing more in the years to come. Be intentional, but just be intentional about building your self-esteem. It's a journey. It won't be easy. I have a podcast and I still have to regulate my own self-esteem because it is a journey, but it's possible. And that's what this podcast is for. I am rooting for you. And I will see you guys in my next episode. If this podcast episode was really helpful for you, please let me know. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your feedback. You can send me an email. Everything you need will be in the show notes of this episode. You can send me an email. You can send me a DM on my socials. And let's have a conversation. I will see you in my next episode. If you have questions also, please feel free to reach out to me. Toodles!